Meagan and Amy. The next concert in the Virtuosi series takes place at Eckhart Grammaté Hall. The duo is Winnipeg-born violinist River Sawchyn, one of 8 select Virtuosi young artists. And River has joined me in the Classic 107 studio this morning. Hey there.
Hi.
Welcome to Classic 107.
Thank you.
So, River, I want to start by doing a little bit of math. You were born here in Winnipeg in 2003, right?
Yes.
So that makes you 16?
Yes.
So, just thinking about that, 16 years old, you must be one of the younger Virtuosi young artists.
I am, yeah. Yeah,
it's
quite a few of them are in university.
Yeah, it's a program for musicians aged 16 to 25. How did you feel going into the auditions, being one of the younger ones?
Yeah, I didn't expect to get a spot right away, so I was really happy when I heard.
Was this the first time? I guess it was the first time you auditioned because you're just 16. How did you feel after being awarded that spot?
Oh, very good. Yeah, I was kind of surprising, but I'm really excited.
Well, I think audiences are excited to hear you. You've had some success in other competitions, the Winnipeg Music Festival, the Manitoba Registered Music Teachers Association. What makes this Virtuosi Young Artist program special for you?
Well, I think it's kind of the emphasis on performing, because you earn a spot to be able to perform in a professional concert and venue, and that's really exciting for me.
Ain't that the truth? And a wonderful opportunity for the Virtuosi audience to hear you performing in Eckhart Grammaté Hall.
Mm-hmm.
What will you be performing tomorrow evening?
Tomorrow I'll be playing Introduction and Tarantella by Sarasate.
So a showpiece for violin.
Yes.
How do you enjoy that? The little bit of virtuosic flair.
It's very fun. It's quite the tricky piece. So it's taken quite a bit of work, but it's really fun to perform. Yeah.
I can only imagine. I'm no violinist, but every time I listen to it, it's a jaw dropper to say the least.
Yeah, for sure.
So you're a student. Speaking of working on your chops, you're a student of WSO concertmaster Gwen Hobig.
Mm-hmm.
What other repertoire have you been working on?
Right now I'm working on Saint-Saëns' Third Violin Concerto for a competition later this month, and also some Paganini here and there.
Really living in the romantic era then.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's my favorite place to be.
What draws you to it?
Just, I don't know, the emotion that lots of the composers exhibited at that time. Yeah.
Is the virtuosity a bit of a draw? I know I keep coming back to that word, but
yeah, it is, I guess. Yeah.
So I'm curious then. You don't just do the classical thing though, and I'm wondering if this next question kind of leads to this idea of playing and showing what you can do. You're also an award-winning fiddler, right?
Yeah.
How did you start fiddling?
That's a good question. I first started fiddling when I was really young, like the same age as when I started playing classical violin, and it's kind of just been playing 2 kind of different genres and both going down different paths and kind of keeping them a little bit separate, but also influencing each other and kind of just always playing fiddle. I started taking group classes at the Music Conservatory back when it was at downtown with a guy named Cameron Baggins. Yeah.
Does your fiddling technique help your classical technique, or like vice versa? Are they totally separate? Like, fill me in.
It does, yeah. They help each other in different ways. Of course, sometimes they nag on each other in more negative ways, and you kind of have to sort of separate them out. But actually, Gwen always really encourages the use of, my fiddle technique when appropriate, and kind of to help me play better. Yeah.
That's the thing that really drew me into your bio when I was reading through it. It was like, okay, classical and competition wins and awards like the Virtuosi Young Artist program, but also the fiddling thing. And you also busk with your dad?
Yeah, I do, at the Forks quite a bit.
So people might have seen you around.
Yeah.
When did you guys start playing together? Was your dad who got you into music?
My whole kind of family got me into music. My sister plays flute, my mom plays violin, and my dad's always played guitar. And so when I started fiddling, of course, he picked up the guitar and started playing with me. And so we've always played together. And we started busking. The first time I busked was, I must have been 6 even.
Wow.
I just really liked the idea.
What drew you to it?
Just an opportunity to perform and hopefully make some money, of course.
Yeah. But just to perform for anyone who would listen, I guess. Do you have any good busking stories? I've always wondered that.
I do. Well, I got to say the favorite time I busked. We were in New York,
Wow.
and there was so in New York they have a High Line. It's like an old train track or railway converted into like
In
a
Chelsea
park.
area, right?
Yeah. And so beautiful. And there were buskers all along. They have kind of busking spots. And so we were walking around always with our instruments on our backs, of course, as you do. And I remember there's this one spot we really wanted to busk at. But there is this Chinese violinist playing an erhu. And I swear he was there for 3 hours. We kept on waiting for him to stop, and finally he stopped. So we got to busk in New York, and that was really fun.
Oh, that is totally cool. So you have no aversion to performing in front of people. I'm curious. This Virtuosi Young Artist program tomorrow, it's going to be a big performance for you. What's next? I mean, you mentioned there's a concerto competition or a concerto that you're preparing, the Saint-Saëns.
Yeah.
What's next for you as a musician, as a young player?
Well, I kind of hope to, of course, perform as much as I can and break into that world. I also do a lot of composing too, so I'm looking to take that further in any ways I can.
Yeah, just the well-rounded musician that you are. River, I want to thank you so much for coming by Classic 107 today.
Thanks so much for having
It's
me.
a real pleasure having you here. River Sawchyn, the Virtuosi Young Artist, opening for the duo Meagan and Amy. It's tomorrow evening, 7:30 p.m. at the University of Winnipeg's Eckhart Grammaté Hall.